Hello and welcome, this is rooflemonger. So in keeping with Ultra Instinct Goku release week, there is some more stuff I want to go in depth with this character, and for this video we're talking about the Secret Sensation. Now honestly this is a name I hate for this technique, so I'm probably going to call it anything but that, but hey, let's talk about the Secret Sensation. So if you've seen anything about this move, you know you can go through attacks with it, you can go through beams with it, as you can see there. You can even go through like skybound foot teleport portals through it. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter, right? You can go through just about everything. But with that said, there is so many more particulars and nuances to this move than just, do thing, go to the other side, right? And that is what we're going to be talking about in this video. Now, a very key thing to note here, and first of many, is the further you are away from the move you're going to do your float over counter from, then the more and more negative you're gonna be. So from this distance roughly here, if we have Vegeta do his basic Ki Blast, hey, we are pretty frame advantage, right, as you can see here. And if we take even 2 steps backwards, hey, all of a sudden that 7 frames turn into 4 frames, right? So it's still our turn. Like if we both mash buttons at the same time, I, as Ultra Instinct Goku, I am going to win, sure, but hey, let's kind of move it out to its logical conclusion from full screen. And now all of a sudden I'm -3. So if I hit a button and Vegeta hits a button at the same time, I'm going to lose now. So it definitely behooves you to do this move the closer to the enemy that you can, right? Because in a lot of situations, you're going to be negative. Now I'm going to show you a not even out of place extreme example. This can be quite common. It's just going to be Broly tossing Eraser Blow. And hey, Broly tosses projectiles. It is well known, right? So if we are full screen and he tosses his Eraser Blow and we go for our counter, -10. And you know what -10 means? That means Broly now gets a guaranteed full punish on you. Now, of course, once again, the closer you are, the better it is. Plus 15, hey, you get a full punish on Broly, right? So it behooves you to be close, but yeah, man, full out. Do you think you're one smart cookie or whatever doing it from this far out? No, you're dead. -9, Broly's stand jab is 7 frames, right? So he gets a guaranteed punish on you. So it is not always the best thing to do considering where you are on the screen. I just want to really hammer that home because when you think you're smart, it turns out you could have just blown yourself up. Now, I showed you the Broly case as a, worst case scenario, but let's show you one of the best case scenarios, and that's just basically against any old beam. Beams, this move absolutely destroys. So as you can see, in this situation, we're up against Cell, full screen, and we are plus 24 frames of advantage. So not even like a jab starter. We can start with like a whole medium and get unscaled damage from there. So against a beam, a move that has an exceptionally long startup, you can just take them to the cleaners. You can do basically anything you want. So in these kind of situations, the move is absolutely fantastic. And hey, while we have Cell, common thing for Cell, because his air beam has such a great angle, is to do it high up on the screen. But once again, since your move kind of tracks wherever they are, hey, you don't care. You just kind of go from there, right? So yeah, you get your punishes on beams no matter what. Now, another incredibly important aspect of the move is this. So moves that go through it, they just act like the move didn't connect with anything, right? The move, quote-unquote, whiffed. Now, that's a very big deal that's kind of understated. A lot of people are not really talking about this that much. Now, since the move whiffs, hey, anything you can't do on whiff, you can't do against this, right? So, for Broly and Lariat Express, specifically, a very common tactic is literally just mash vanish, right? So, if it gets to hit, cool, it got the hit. And if it gets blocked, well, you're mashing vanish, so you can use vanish to make it a lot safer. So, now, with that in mind, if I go and float over to the other side, the mash vanish ain't going to do a dang thing, right? And then all of a sudden, where before we'd be in this situation of, obviously you don't want to challenge Lariat Express. That's not going to work, right? You don't want to challenge that move one-to-one. So you'd block it, and if they vanish, well, you could reflect, I guess. Like, down heavies are too slow. You just get beat out if you try to down heavy. But yeah, so you just block it, and you take the vanish, and you just go about your day, and still kind of Broly's turn, right? But now you can take that aspect away from him if you're willing to, pull the bullfighter act and, swing that red cape against the charging bull. Then all of a sudden we can turn this kind of lose-lose situation when Broly just wants to get really ornery and just do Lariat Express over and over into a guaranteed punish. So right now, Broly is set to block everything. So after the whiff here, like if I'm way too slow, then he gets the block, right? But let me show you this guaranteed punish situation. And yeah, that's just two situations. So one where you're a little closer, one where you're a little further out. And that is purely thanks to the fact that it counts as the move whiffing. And there's a lot of situations with people where they would normally like do a special cancel or vanish or whatever to save their bacon if they get blocked. But since it now counts as whiffed, you have them dead to rights. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is how the stance can eat inputs and also watch out for auto combos. And yo, if we're going to talk about nasty old auto combos, then let's bring in Bardock for this one. So if you have a look on the side here, I got Bardock set just kind of crank on that light button, as he's well known to do. And what happens if that first hit of the auto combo, I go right through it? Well, he still does all the inputs. You can see him being mashed here, right? But they're being eaten by the cinematic, if you will, of my stance. So while I'm doing the cinematic, the inputs happen, but that's it. That's all. So he comes out on the other side having no additional inputs to like have the auto combo keep going forward. So now with that said, in this specific scenario, oh, I'm +6, right? Is it my turn to mash out? Well, about that. So yes, while it may eat your inputs during the flash, it doesn't actually stop the auto combo chain. So if I, as Bardock now, controlling Bardock, choose to now just keep hammering after I see that flash, I'm going to do my auto combo follow-up here, which is a lot faster than Goku's 7-frame standing jab. And thus, yeah, technically you succeeded in getting the stance off, you did your float over, but to what avail, right? You're going to lose against anyone who has some of the better auto combo strings. So it's one of those deals where you win, but to what end? Now that said, if you're expecting it coming, you still have time to reflect. You can like go for a level 3 or something. You could do Goku's invincible reversal, that kind of stuff. You have options on the table, but that's just another, hey, watch out and beware moment. So yeah, that's just kind of a deeper look under the hood of how the move works and a lot of concepts behind it. I am sure over time this move is really going to be expanded upon tech-wise, as there's just so much to play around with, and there'll probably be a lot of crazy situations that no one even really ever thought was possible. So with that said, hey, play around with it, see what you can do, and hey, reminder, yo, it don't beat grabs. It beats everything else, but it don't beat grabs. But other than that, my friends, I guess that's it for this video. So hey, thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well. Go out and play some Dragon Ball.